What would you tell to 20-year-old directors just getting started? Or they don't have to be 20, they could be younger.
I got it. Start making stuff. You have an iPhone in your pocket. It's perfectly good. Just start practicing your craft. But figure out what really turns you on, and just be yourself. Maybe you do things in an unconventional way, and some people might think that's a weakness, but actually that can become a strength. Like I realized at film school, certain kinds of movies that I love to watch, I wasn't very good at making. Just because I love Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't mean I could make a film like him. You can get really enamored with these giants of Hollywood and think, well, I got to make something like my hero. And then I kind of realized, well, actually, the weirder things about my sensibility that I used to think were a weakness are my strength. That's what makes me original. That's my voice. And the stronger and more unique your voice is, actually, the more commercial your work will be, right? Because it's pure and it touches people. So just try and find your voice. And you can do that for no money. You can do that with your iPhone. Just keep making things, keep pushing, and you will get there. You will get there.
I find that interesting. So yeah, just because you love certain style, don't try to emulate it because it may not be.
Kind of, like we all go through a thing where we fall in love with Hitchcock or whoever, or Scorsese, these incredible people, and then you look at what you're making and you can be so dispirited because of course it's not as good as Hitchcock or Scorsese. And realistically it probably never will be, but that's okay. Don't try and be them, try and be you. And I probably intellectually knew that, but as time has gone on, I really feel that. I feel that in my stomach, that I've just got to be me. And actually my unique, weird, whatever take on things is good enough. And actually it's a lot better than if I'm trying to copy filmmakers that I admire. But that just comes with experience,
So looking back on everything now, why are you still working in the film industry?
Ooh. I just love it. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a cliche, but it lights me up. There's nothing that satisfies me more. And, I just showed the film in Brooklyn like a couple of days ago, and hearing the audience gasp in shock or laugh or, have whatever emotional reaction they had, it really does make it all worthwhile, because you do this because you're trying to connect with others. I mean, that's the word that underscores this all. Weirdly, you go into a very isolated space and you're working on it for a few years and you're in an edit room or you're writing, and a lot of moments of being alone and isolated. But it's that communal atmosphere that you're always thinking about, and how is this going to play for an audience? And when you get the joy of that happening and it works, it really makes all the ups and downs worthwhile. And that's why I do it, because that's what inspired me when filmmakers gave me that good feeling of joy in my heart. And I hope to be able to keep doing that for the rest of my life. It's the only thing I want to do.
Whenever I go into a movie theater and there's no one there, I'm like, I hope at least one person, I don't want to be the only one here.
Even if it's just one person, and it doesn't have to be a movie theater. It could be somebody watching it on a streaming platform. But if you can get across that thing that was in your head to that person, that's cool. It's super hard, but the challenge is part of what makes it worthwhile. So I don't know what to tell you. I just irrationally, totally love it with all my heart, despite how hard it is. Maybe because of how hard it is. And I think I'll keep doing it till the day I die.
What are the stories you want to tell and be involved in?
Well, honestly, I just want to entertain people. I just want people to walk out of films that I'm acting in or directing feeling like they're walking on air. Maybe I've taken them to a really dark place, but that they feel more alive by the end of it. So actually, I just want to give people joy. I think that's really what it's all about for me. And if you can inspire, discussion about tough issues or controversial issues or maybe issues that are quite unresolved in society, that's great. But number one, entertain people, and even if that's all you do, that's enough. That's really enough. To give people joy is a pretty amazing thing. So I want to be a part of productions that do that.
Did you see The Room?
I did see The Room. I saw The Room in Portland with Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, you did?
And you know what?
How fun.
It's kind of a masterpiece.
Uh-huh.
I mean, okay, is it a 0-star movie or a 5-star movie? Well, you could argue that it's a 5-star movie. I mean, because of the audience engagement and the joy. If that's your pure metric, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. And people throwing right at the screen and the
Imitating,
laughter.
yeah.
Right. I mean, you know, and again, like I said, professional wrestling. People think that's very uncool, but it brings tears to my eyes. It gives me joy. That's awesome, you know? That's you feel alive when you got that smile on your face. Yeah.
That's really cool. He was in the audience?
He came and did a Q&A. It was so cool. It was really great. Why do you ask about that?
I was just thinking of the one scene in the one with James Franco where just you see him pull up in the limo, you know, and it's just that night of like the first screening for all filmmakers.
Yeah.
And there's so many emotions, but it's like this stamp of, okay, I did it.
Right.
And now people are coming to see it. And sometimes it's a bigger deal than it really is, and sometimes it's the opposite.
Totally.
But you don't know that going into it.
Totally.
And so that scene, and then he drives around again, you know, and it's funny, and especially if you've ever had your first screening, and you just kind of know how like it's such a huge deal. But then
I was
it might,
anxious as hell. I mean,
Right.
You can't not be, right?
right. So yeah, I don't know why. Just that popped into my head when you were talking, and I just pictured Tommy Wiseau, the
Yeah.
real Tommy Wiseau in the limo, or no, sorry, the James Franco version.
Yes.
In the
yes.
limo, going around.
The disaster
and around.
artist. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. The only thing I could really add is like you never quite know what's going to connect with people. I'm not sure if I even have an answer to say about this, but it's like you just kind of keep making stuff and it can surprise you what does hit. It might not be the thing that you expect, but if you just keep making stuff, I don't really have a formed answer. It's just a thing I've noticed, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, you know, I'm not sure what I would say about it. Like you never know how an audience is going to respond, but you just have to be connected to keeping on telling stories. And then eventually if you do it, there'll be something that sort of seems to land.
Right. Maybe that's why there's no answers, because we never know. I mean, to have this viral video.
Right. Oh, that
Didn't
totally fell
know.
into my lap. And then it's like, okay, wow, that opened all these doors. And yeah.
Sure. Yeah. You just don't know.
But if you keep making the effort and putting yourself out there, it's more likely you're going to find something that will connect, you know? That's really all you can control.
Did Tommy do a Q&A, you
He
said?
did.
Uh-huh.
He did.
Anything interesting he said?
Oh my God. Well, he was loving the whole thing. And I just realized it's a pretty good business model. I mean, he was selling t-shirts and selling posters. And I was like, this is a profitable movie now. This is a super profitable movie. So he kind of owns it. And he was playing a character, right? I mean,
Sure.
He's playing Tommy, but he's very smart for doing that.
Right.
And he does it well. Yeah. It was cool. I really enjoyed that. And The Disaster Artist was a really good movie too.
Thought it was very funny, but then there's also parts that are very true to anybody who's ever tried to make a film.
Completely. Frighteningly true. Yeah.